Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the book he's read this week. So what have you read this week, Cliff, I hear you say? Well, the book I've read this week is called Treasure State by author C.J.Box, Charles James Box. C.J.Box, probably better known for his Joe Pickett series, 22 books in that series. But this book is about another of C.J.Box's creations, Cassie Dewell, Private Investigator. So what's Cassie up to in this book, I hear you say? Well, the book kicks off with Cassie being contacted by a wealthy Florida divorcee, or soon to be not wealthy Florida divorcee, who's been the victim of a con man. Con man has persuaded her to invest in a film project, which it turns out doesn't exist. And she's basically lost her fortune, and the con man has disappeared out of sight. The divorcee has contacted a private investigator, got that private investigator to try and track down the con man. That private investigator has got as far as tracing him to a town in Montana called Anaconda, but then dropped off the radar. So the divorcee is engaging Cassie to do two things: basically find out what happened to the original PI, and B, find out where the con man is and try and retrieve her missing money. So that is the first part of the story. The town of Anaconda, where the former PI had traced the missing con man to, is a small ex-mining town, small ex-copper mining town. Only got about 9,000, just over 9,000 population. And Cassie's somewhat bewildered because she thinks, well, surely in a small town like that, everybody will know each other's business, and the existence of a nefarious con man would be surely well known. So Cassie heads off to Anaconda to try and solve these two riddles. There's also another little riddle that needs to be solved, and that concerns Sir Scott's treasure, a poem found on a whiteboard in a steakhouse in Manhattan, Montana, which alludes to a hidden treasure of gold coins, of which has become very, very popular, and lots of people are searching for this treasure. Cassie is contacted by the author of the poem, an anonymous author, who says he's a bit concerned that people may identify him, and therefore that will give them extra clues as to the existence and the location of the treasure. So he's paying Cassie to try and find out who he is. A slightly bizarre request, but one that Cassie accepts. So two stories going on here, and both well written. In a lot of murder thriller books, a lot of the descriptions of the country and the scenery of which the investigators involved with are superfluous. But in this case, I think it adds to it. You get the taste of the mountains, the remoteness of the terrain in which Cassie is trying to track down the perpetrators of this crime. So actually adds to the book, and it's very well written. It's fast paced, it's easy to understand, and I really enjoyed reading it. I'd give it 7 out of 10. It's a good, honest, mystery, easy to follow, as I said, enjoyable read. I read it in 2 sessions, just over, I think it's about 270 odd pages. So yeah, really impressed. We'll certainly be looking at future books from C.J.Box. So if you like a good old-fashioned mystery, this is a good one. Plenty of twists and turns, and a very enjoyable read. So that's it for this week's brief book review. 10/10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching. Bye.